Hello.
Welcome to another episode of The Rich Social Worker. And today we have a very special guest. My friend, my former classmate, actually in college. She reminded me the other day that I'm actually older than her, which is okay. Because I spent 2 years of my life traveling the world.
Oh, excuse me. Okay.
Yes. Miss Karlecia Swan.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And Karlecia and I'm so excited. I love that, like, we live in the age of Facebook.
Right.
Because we get to keep up with each other even though we never see each other.
Right. Or really talk often or daily.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Because we got Facebook. And I know you're good.
Right.
And I've been watching Karlecia the last few years doing big things. She's got First Lady Empowerment Network Foundation. Thank you. She's acting. She's working it out, and I really wanted her to talk today to us about what it means to live a rich life away from the money. Now, money is my thing, and money is important. But today, we're really going to talk about those elements that truly make life rich without money, and I think Karlecia is the best person to talk about this seriously. Seriously, you've been doing big things. Right. So tell us a little. Go ahead.
Let me first say that the journey I'm on is to lead to the money. Okay?
Yes.
So, but we're not there at the moment, but it's an onward process. Yes. Anywho, what I've been doing, you mentioned First Lady Empowerment Foundation. Mm-hmm. That is one of my biggest successes to date, I believe, is creating an organization for girls that deal with low self-esteem. And I started the organization because I dealt with low self-esteem growing up, kind of well into my adulthood as well. And so I realized that I needed to create something to where I can help young girls get their confidence back, build their self-esteem before they reach adulthood so that they can have that already in check. Because having low self-esteem in adulthood can hinder a lot of things.
Absolutely.
So I wanted to create that. So I've been doing that since 2008. And I took a little break because a part of what I try to teach girls is to dream big and to follow your dreams and your purpose. And then I realized that I was not really doing that.
Wow. What?
I did. Okay. And so one of those dreams is acting.
Yay. Wait. Before we get into the acting,
okay.
I want to know, because I was really interested in how you started the foundation, like, what's the process of going about that? And just for anybody that might be watching that wants to do that as well. Okay.
Well, first of all, you have to have a thought and an idea. And so for me, I tend to just visualize things before writing it down, visualizing how I see something coming together, full spectrum. So I did that. And what I saw myself conducting workshops and creating programs and mentoring young girls. So what I did, I came up with the name first, and it was during the time where the Obamas were running for presidency. So hence First Lady. I was very inspired by her being the first African American female in the White House, and what she would bring to that job. And so First Lady. But also being First Lady, I meant that for that purpose, yes, but then also for me it was being accountable for yourself first.
Wow. I love that.
Right. Thinking of how you can inspire others first. Being on the top of your game in whatever area, all of those things.
Girl.
And being a lady, of course, being a lady. And a lady to me is one who is full of self-esteem and confident and, bold and courageous. So that's the whole First Lady. And then empowerment is what I wanted to do. I wanted to empower this group of young people. And then foundation is just what it is.
What did you have to go through some sort of legal process to make it a foundation?
Not necessarily a foundation, but I incorporated it.
Oh,
so
okay.
of course I got a lawyer. I wrote out a business plan, mission, goals. Got a board together, and we went to the lawyer. He wrote up, what was needed and documentation, legal wise, and then submitted it to the state. You just pay for that, and then there it is. We are a nonprofit, and so that's another set of paperwork that you get from the IRS, and you fill that out. It's a large document, yes, but if you go through it and you're passionate and you know what you're doing, you know what you want, it's a very simple thing.
How long did that process take? Let's talk from like conception, ideal conception to, paperwork is in hand, like done, filed, completed, you're registered.
I started that I started the talk, the visualization, the talk, and a group of people in January of 2008. March, I had my documents ready for the lawyer.
Nice.
And after I got the documents for the lawyer done, then I did the IRS papers for the nonprofit status. And that was complete in May.
Wonderful. So less than 6 months.
Less than 6 months.
Yeah. And I think, to your credit, like you said, you've got to be focused, you've got to be passionate about it, because that's not something you just do, it's not something that you get done unless you're passionate about getting it done.
Right. And you have to carve out, this is what I've learned, you have to carve out each day something towards your goal, your dream, your passion, your purpose. Something every day. You can't I'll get to it in 2 weeks.
Right.
No, every day you have to do something, whether it's big, large, time consuming, 5 minutes, every day you have to do something towards that.
Absolutely.
So
love that. Thank you so much for that. So now you were leading into the acting, which I'm so excited about, because in school, in class, we do a lot of role plays.
That's true.
I don't know how seriously we take those role plays.
Right.
But when we're actually in the session, it's like, oh man, I should have been more deliberate about my acting.
Right.
But you've actually taken that to the next level. So talk to us about that.
Okay, so growing up, I always wanted to be an actress. That was one of my secrets, I would say.
And Karlecia is hilarious, always making people laugh.
Yes. But okay, I'll say this. Thank you.
Yes,
I'll
true.
say thank you, but let
me
me tell you where that came from. It goes back to the self-esteem.
Wow.
It's all, to me, looking at it, thinking about my story, it all ties in some kind of way. And that being funny and trying to make people laugh was simply me trying to take the focus away from me not really loving myself and putting it somewhere else. Because I wanted people to like something about me. And I didn't really know. And I didn't feel pretty. I didn't love myself. So I figured people like to laugh. Let me just do that. So that's where that came from.
I'm learning something, because it never occurred to me that you were trying. You're just hilarious.
That's the secret.
But thank you. I feel like I need a tissue. I'm going to cry, because I've always thought of you as just so unique. I can't really tell you who was in our class, but I remember you.
Oh wow!
No, I'm serious. I mean, I know one or two people.
Right.
But
I get what
seriously,
you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Seriously,
man, that's wow. Okay,
just tell you how powerful you are. You didn't even know it.
I didn't know. No, I did not.
Tell us about the acting.
Okay, so 2 years ago, when I was doing one of my camps, at the end of the week, I did a summer camp for a week. At the end of the week, that week was about following your dreams and your passion. And I was trying to get the young ladies to find out what they like, what they enjoy, to kind of put them in a path of finding that out early. I remember at the end of that camp, I went home on a Friday, and I was sad because I did not feel authentic, because I knew there was something that I had pushed aside because I didn't, years ago though, probably even before I went to college, that's not obtainable. I don't know, I'm from Texas. I'm just going to go to college kind of thing. Not regretting college.
Stay in school, kids.
Stay in school, yes. But I knew it was something. I went back, and I believe in journaling, and so I'd also encourage my girls to journal and to write their thoughts down and try to write something down every day. I went back to some journals I had written when I was a young girl.
Okay.
And in it, I was saying how I wanted to be an actress.
Wow.
Right?
You had forgotten that?
I forgot. I really forgot. I forgot that. Not that. This is what I forgot. I forgot that it's possible. Not that I forgot that I wanted to pursue it. Not that I couldn't be, but I wanted to pursue it. That's what I forgot. And I just, went on with life, which I don't regret anything in my life, because I feel like at this point in time, I had to go through the low self-esteem. I had to go through life and education and building others up to realize my own worth. And fast forward to the acting, it's all really about what you look like. They judge you on your face. Okay? And so I had to come to where I love my face so that, because you get a lot of no's, but it's not necessarily because you're not pretty or you're not whatever, but it's just that's not the look
whatever
they're going
look
for.
they're
Right. But I had to come to the place of accepting myself regardless. So it all worked out. So anyway, I took a year off from the foundation of doing the camps to actually pursue what I left behind. And what was so amazing that here in Huntsville there is an acting school. There's a film film office and all of that, where there are opportunities in the South right here in Huntsville. Like, I don't really have to move to
Atlanta or California,
New York. I can stay right here in Alabama and go for my dreams. And so I've been doing that. Doors have really been opening, and it's been very rewarding. And even to tie it back to social work, some of the roles and some of the ideas that I have for myself are to show real life situations that people live. You know what I mean? Recreating characters that everyday people live and can be inspired by that on the film, on film or TV or whatever the case may be. So it all ties together. And my background in social work has allowed me to draw from those experiences and that education for some of the characters that I've been trying to portray even in school, learning and all that. So
this could actually get really big. Like, you could be the first social worker who's like a producer and make social work conscious films.
You listen. That was, I wasn't ready to share. Okay?
Really?
Right.
We dream big here. We talk about it.
Right. But
wow.
absolutely. Like, I don't want to just be, just out there doing whatever. I mean, it has to be. I want it to be something that people can relate to naturally and be inspired by and. Ultimately learn from whatever I'm doing to live their best authentic life.
Yeah, I feel like social work is such an amazing platform to start with, but I love getting older and realizing that we're not just social workers, or that social work helps you to be, what should I say, allows you or helps you or encourages you to tap into your truest self, which is a lot of things.
It's a lot of things, right.
So,
social work is not just right here.
Right, exactly.
I mean, it's all over the place.
Right.
It can be in so many different genres, and you don't have to just be the traditional social worker. Nothing's wrong with that. Not at all. I've not left that behind. Let's be clear. I'm still a social worker. But it can just be, thinking outside of the box. How can you use social work in all of these different areas, all other different careers? I mean, really, and it can be done.
So tell us, how does that translate to you into this concept of rich social work, or being a rich social worker?
Well, first of all, I mean, it definitely starts within. I mean, you have to be a rich person. Not monetarily, but you have to have that confidence, that passion. You have to have something that you're passionate about, that will fuel you. And you have to, I know people say all the time, you should find something or do something that you don't have to get paid for.
Right. That you would love.
That you love. I mean, that's all well and good. But if you love it and you're good at it, you should be paid for it.
Absolutely.
Let's just be clear.
Absolutely. Lesson of the day, folks. Absolutely.
Right. I mean, but you first have to find fulfillment within yourself, within your family unit, outside. So whatever that is, you can be rich without money.
Now, can I bring up your journey into fitness?
Okay.
Because people may look at me and say, people have said, oh, you're fine, you don't need to lose weight. But for me, it's about being healthy. I'm not as healthy as I need to be, and working out has been a challenge. I'm getting older, wiser. I'm happy about getting older, but I noticed that changes in my body, and I've watched you online because you've posted some pictures online before and after.
Right,
you've
right.
lost a lot of weight, I know, like I said, I still haven't been able to start a health regimen for myself and stick to it. So for you to start it, stick to it, have before and after, I think that's so amazing. And to me, it speaks to a commitment to wellness, to having that rich life.
Right, absolutely.
Outside of money. Could you talk to us about that journey or epiphanies or anything?
Right. Well, let me just say, I did not realize how large and in charge I had become. Okay? I am so serious. I started this. I've lost weight before, gained it back, lost it. I've probably done this 3 times. This time, though, I believe, and I'm going to tell everyone now that it's going to stick. Okay? So now I have accountability from everyone who's
this on the
watching.
web. Right. Forever and ever and ever. Amen.
But the times before, I don't think my headspace was in the right place in terms of why and how, all of that. So I got to a point 2 years ago where I said, okay, enough is enough. I don't feel comfortable. One, I don't feel comfortable. I would deny going places or having fun or going out with friends or just whatever because of my weight.
Wow.
And that's ridiculous.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And then I'd stay home and do what? Eat. So no, that was I couldn't continue to do that. And I was still on that path of, trying to build girls up. And of course I have young girls who are overweight and all of that. And I'm telling them to love your body, but I don't love mine. No. And there was a difference for me to loving my body as it was versus I was still sabotaging my body. So I didn't like it because of the weight, but yet I kept gaining weight. That I was sabotaging myself. So I had to realize I'm doing this to me. And God, I don't think, designed our bodies to be overweight. So love your body, yes. God made you how you are, yes. But if you're packing on pounds, that's not what He intended.
Well, it goes back to that idea that your body is a temple.
Right, and I was not treating my temple well. And so once I recognized that for real, then I said, okay, I got to do something. However, though, I will say, like I said, I picked up a trainer 2 years ago, and I was lying to my trainer about my food intake. Okay? And I confessed maybe a year later.
Okay.
Because as a trainer, if they're professional and they know what they're doing, they see what you're doing during the workouts, but nothing's happening.
So your trainer knew that you had been lying for the year?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She also then confessed to me and said, yeah, I knew that. And I was like, oh, okay. What I was doing was this, okay, and I'll share because I'm sure someone else is doing that, okay?
Absolutely.
I was working out 3 times a week with the trainer.
Mm-hmm.
After probably the first...
I love this story.
No, it's hilarious now because I'm like, I wasted so much time and money. Afterwards, right. Probably that first year, after every session,
Sorry.
I took a route home, which I should not have taken. There's many routes to my house, but the route I chose to take was that I passed by a Dairy Queen.
Mm.
And I ordered a small
diet?
A small M&M Blizzard. Okay.
Small diet M&M Blizzard? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Sure. Low, light on the M&Ms.
Right. Oh, wow.
But this was that was sabotaging. You're not losing any
But
weight
was that? Let's get into the psychology of it. Was that like your reward for working out?
That's what I told myself.
That was what you told yourself.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, but not after every workout. You can't do that every workout.
No.
And what I thought was the reward was before working out, I would get a large, and so now small. So that changes were not coming quickly, but I felt good about showing up to working out every time I was scheduled to work out. It's a process. It's a mental process.
It's a process.
It really, really is. I was not yet ready for the changes, but I knew I had to do it, and so I started that. But I was not ready. But I kept at it, because now I've got this person now involved in my process who.
You have to be accountable to.
Right. And I kind of make things into a competition. So now that you're all in my business, I've said I'm going to come. I'm going to come. And so I did. And then once I realized that she also really took a very personal role in my well-being, then I said, okay, let me kind of do right. Let me start to do right. And then it started to click, I need to do right for me. And so probably the next year is when I really got on board with the eating and the working out, and things just really started to change. Now, I fall every now and again, but I still get back into it. I don't love fitness, no. Hopefully, I want to love it. I really do. I'm not there yet.
One of the things that I would say to your credit is you got a coach. You got someone outside of yourself that could keep you accountable,
right?
Show you the way. And I think coaching is so. You were here.
Yes,
we talked about it.
Yes.
But just in any area, I think having a coach is so important in any area that you want to improve in.
Absolutely.
Whether it's your health, your fitness,
your
money, your business,
I believe
relationships. Find a coach, and we live in a day and age where it's easy to find a coach. It's not hard. It's people use that quite a lot these days. So good for you for doing that. And I should get one. I'm putting that on film. I should get a fitness coach. I should. Okay. Whether or not I will,
right.
Another story. But do as I say, not as I do. So. How has like I said, the fitness, starting your nonprofit, and acting, is there anything else that has helped to contribute to this rich journey that you're on?
Absolutely. You have to be willing to look at your whole entire being, your whole entire life, all of the things that contribute to you as a person. And sometimes things just have to be put out of your life. I was just recently put in a situation that doesn't further my richness. Financially.
Yes.
Okay.
Would you like to be more explicit or no?
Well, I mean, just in general, I won't go, into the details, but I'm no longer working at the job I was working at for the last 14 years. And that situation opened my eyes to a lot of things as well. That although I do desire to be rich financially, certain situations that may not be positive for you, even be it a job, does not help. And I realize that I'm still rich without that particular job, emotionally, physically, and then it does help me with my passion to do the things that I feel God has called me to do. And that, of course, needing finances, you do that rather quickly. You know?
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Get innovative.
So I can't be mad at that. You know, that situation. And so I'm here now, basically saying I'm still blessed and still working towards that rich financial life, but the emotional richness I already have.
And what I'm excited about, you and I were speaking a little before this, but what I'm excited about is, yes, you may have lost that job, kind of lost that job, but to me, it's an opportunity to step into something greater, something that you'll love even more, makes more money, and allows you not only to be more fulfilled for yourself, but to help benefit even more people. Right. So I expect only great things for you in the future, and thank you for being an inspiration. Thank you for putting all that you've been doing online so that I can see what you're doing and be inspired. Whether you know it or not, I am always inspired. I actually am. So anything else you'd like to share with our viewers before we sign off?
Let's see. Sure. To anyone who's watching and listening, I would just admonish you to follow your passion, follow your dreams, whatever it is. Ask God if that is the journey He wants you to take, and just go for it. Don't let people or things or situations stop you from fulfilling what you feel God's purpose is for you. Dream big. I am a dreamer.
That's right. Dream big, and I would say dream even bigger than that. This is Eva Forde and
Karlecia Swan
signing off. Thanks for tuning in to Rich Social Work TV. Bye.
Bye.